Sairam to all of you. So children, again we are here with chapter 16, Management of Natural Resources, and today we all are study part 4, which is about resources of water and water for all. In previous parts you all have studied about forest, coal and petroleum, and today we all will study about water. Let us learn something about water, let us study something about water, let us know something about water. So water is, as you all know, a very important for all living organism. It is not only required for drinking but also required for other areas like bathing, washing, irrigation, industries, construction work and disposal of sewage. So the consumption of water has increased due to demand of its various function. Like for example, a villager required just 25 liter of water in a day, but in urban areas, people required at least 350 to 700 liter of water a day. So what happens in this case? In this case, the region having good availability of water are flourished because they have good crops, but the region having shortage of water are in the thick of poverty because of poor growth of crop. Okay. Management of available water resources, so that there should be equable manner or equal amount of distribution of water for all the people in all the parts of country. So all these things, that the water which is natural resource should be equally distributed to all areas for various functions. So we all will study how the supply of water and requirement of water are distributed accordingly. So first of all, let us see the reason due to which we fail to proper management or sustain underwater availability, which are as follows. They are loss of vegetation covering in that area, and the another reason is that diversion and supply of water or high water where demand are more for the crop. So diversion for high water demanding crops. And the another reason is pollution from industries which are coming, and also waste which are coming from urban areas, cities. Okay. The other methods like irrigation, for method like dams, tanks and canals, they are also a reason due to which we fail to sustain underwater availability. Okay. And the next, despite of good rain, as you all know, there is a good quantity of rain and good amount of rain is received in various areas in India. It is actually depend on climate. Okay. So the climate is very good and some areas receive very good amount of rains. But despite of good rains, we are not able to meet the demand for water of all the people. Reason is because our population is increasing rapidly. As the population will increase, the demand will increase. Okay, in the various areas due to lack of sufficient vegetation cover on ground. Only a little rain water seeps into a ground and gets stored as a groundwater. So have to work more on the groundwater level or groundwater water. The high yielding varieties of crops, okay, requires much water or much more water for irrigation. So, diversion of water is more supplied towards the area where more or higher yielding varieties of crops are there. Discharge of untreated sewage and industrial waste into the river and lakes are also a big reason. They reduce the availability of usage of water, okay. And the other main important thing is the changing of lifestyle of people. In cities, the people are using water in a manner that they should not do all those things. They are not equally using water, electricity and also other resources how they should use. So, the changing of lifestyle in the cities, in the higher communities, okay, they are not using water in a adequate or the amount they should use. So, this is also a good reason that despite of good rains, we are not able to meet or to complete the demand for water of all the people equally. So, now for this, what practices has been done? The first thing is we will study about the dams, okay. The dams, what are dams? You all can see a picture of dams. Dams are large water bodies that are built by government agencies across the rivers to regulate the flow of water and generate electricity. So, dams are very useful to regulate the flow of water, okay. And let us study more about the dams. There are many advantages, profits, importance of dams, okay, of construction of dams. Because why they are important, what advantages they have? The advantages they have, water from the dams is used for irrigation, which are very much important for crops. Dams make sure water is available for crops throughout the year, okay. Water and dams is treated and distributed in nearby town, okay. They provide availability of water for in the cities and in the towns for drinking purpose and cooking purpose, okay. And the another advantage is, some more advantages are there, which is the biggest advantages, that is called dams are used to generate electricity. How? Through hydroelectric power, okay. Dams prevent loss of life and property caused by flooding, okay. It stored or divert the water during the flood. So, in this way dams are useful for us, okay. What does it do? Dams prevent loss of life and property also caused by flood. It stores or divert the water during the flood, okay. Dams provide recreation also, okay, around the area. How? Can do boating, can do fishing, people can go for picnic also around the area of the dams, okay. Now, the another is, despite of advantages and profit of dams in by the various areas, there are some disadvantages of dams also, and some problems are also due because of large dams. So, the main problems of large dams are, there are three major problems actually. The three major problems are social problems, economical problems and some environmental problems also. Social problems, how? A large number of people, inhabitants of the area, people living near the dam, okay, are displaced without adequate compensation or rehabilitation. Means they are not getting proper place to live and proper jobs, but they are displaced into the another areas. Okay. And the economical problem, what is the economical problem? Obviously, due to rehabilitation or due to not getting good compensation, they due to rehabilitation and not getting good compensation, there will be a huge loss of money. Okay, so huge amount of money is required for the construction of dams, and adequate benefits are not received by the public. Okay, some environmental problems are also coming, like when making the dams, the biological diversity near the dam is harmed and also leads to huge amount of deforestation. This is a environmental problem. And so here are social problem, economical problem and environmental problem. In the social problem, one problem also occurs. See, the people which are living for years in a place, they are attached to that place. It's a native place, all elders, all their forefathers are coming from that areas. So they are easily not ready to move from those areas. So this also become difficult for them. Okay, like due to attachment to their native place. So now another important water sustainable management is rainwater harvesting. So you all know, you all can see a picture here which is showing how the method of rainwater harvesting occurs. Okay, you all have studied it well. So let us come to a definition. Rainwater harvesting is the method of collecting rainwater so that it can percolate the soil more efficiently. The ancient structures used for rainwater harvesting by the rural areas are in Khadin in Rajasthan, Bandras in Tals and Maharashtras, and Ahras in the Bihar. So these are the places where the rural people have construct the ancient dams. Okay. So now let us study some more about water harvesting. Okay, what are the actually advantages of water harvesting? Water harvesting encourages soil and water conservation in order to sustain and increase biomass. Okay, increases income for the local people, community, but also alleviates floods and drought. Okay, examples like Rajasthan tanks, Khadin and Nadis, Maharashtra's Tals and Bandras, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, Bundis, Bihar's finest Aras. Okay, Himachal Pradesh is Kuls. Okay, and Katas in Karnataka, ponds in the Kandi belt of Jammu region, and Aries tanks in Tamil Nadu, Kerala is a surangams. Okay, so these are the examples of water harvesting system done by the local or urban or villagers. Okay, water harvesting construction are actually shaped in the earthen, crescent shaped earthen. Okay, and but in areas that are seasonally flooded. The main purpose is to recharge the ground water. The main purpose of rainwater harvesting is to recharge the ground water. Okay, and the next one is there are some good involvement of local people for the water sustainable management of the water. For example, like Kuls we have studied about in the Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh had a canal irrigation system called Kuls, where flowing stream water was diverted into a man-made channels which took it to villages down the hillside. Okay, the water was used first by the village farther than from the origin of the kul. Okay, this helped water percolate in the soil, fertility, improve the fertility of the soil. It was made defunct after government irrigation system took over. Okay, it was finished. So, there are some practices, rains and irrigation practices called. Okay, in this rains and irrigation practices, we will come to know about some points, some topics like intervention of governments to pursue mega project. Okay, neglected the local irrigation method. Okay, strict regulations on usage of stored water and building tanks and dams and canals. So these were the problems raised. Optimum cropping pattern must be followed based on the water availability only. Okay, so these were the practices which were performed and guideline given rains and irrigation practices. Okay, and what were the advantages then for the groundwater? Does not, you all know, it does not evaporate very fast, does not evaporate, recharge well, when flowing does not allow mosquitoes to breed. Okay, these are the advantages of groundwater, and also does not come in contact contamination. So it is a disease free also. Okay, so children, we all have studied about the water. Water is important for all of us due to what problems? Even we are having good quantity of rains, then even we are lacking with the equal distribution, and so the advantages and disadvantages of dams, and also rainwater harvesting, groundwater, and some local people sustainable management methods also. So children, you all have to study very well all these points for in the management of natural resources, forest and wildlife, coal and petroleum and water. Sai Ram to all of you.